We live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get it, man. I'm a little late, you know. I'm here though. We're here though, man. Have some stuff going on. Let's get to it. I made it. We made it. Make sure you come in the live. You like and subscribe. Like to chat up. Like to chat up, man. But this live is about Kevin O'Connell, Kwesi, ADOFO, MENSAH's most recent presser. Like I always say, let me see the presser. Let me see the presser, dog. So no need to wait. Let's get right into it. First up, like I said, the Kevin O'Connell and Kwesi. Then next, we are going to the Ivan Pace Jr. Guess you call it an interview, Zoom, whatever you want to call it. But let's go ahead and get to it and break it down, man. No need to wait. No need to waste time. Heavy. Here. Give me 1 second, man. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Like I said, I know I'm a little late, man, but we here. You hear me? What up? Scolding in the building, man. Scolding in the building. My dog Scolding. Scolding. What up, man? How you doing today, Scolding, man? Shout out Scolding. Shout out Strategic Rodriguez, man. Ivan Pace is the best linebacker. Shout out Strategic Rodriguez, man. Heavy. Come on, AJ. I'm here, dog. I'm here, dog. You hear me? I'm here. Strategic Rodgers, I am here. Let's get to it, man. Let's get it going. A little late, but we here, man. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Most reliable internet speeds, regardless of where they live. With
Good to see everybody. I want to thank you guys for being here. Welcome back.
Shout out Kwesi. Shout out O'Connell. Before I start, you already know. Shout out Kwesi. Shout out O'Connell, dog. Hands down, man down. Wish them both the best. Never get it misconstrued, man. This is the new team. This is the new culture, man. This is the new Vikings, dog. Period.
Obviously, we haven't had the opportunity to speak, since the tragic passing of Kyrie Jackson, Anthony Litton, and Isaiah Hazel.
Rest in peace, Kyrie Jackson. Rest in peace, all those dudes, man. No cap. Rest in peace, all those dudes. May they soul find peace. Heavy, man.
Out of respect for the families impacted, we really wanted to let them go through their process and make the arrangements accordingly. And
facts, I respect that part of it. I respect that aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? Respect the family, right? Like he said, as respect for the family. Like most people didn't have respect for the family. You hear me? Shout out Kevin O'Connell, man. The Vikings as well. You hear me?
Before we addressed you guys, so felt like this was the appropriate time to do that. And beyond the initial statements that we released, just thinking about getting that call that morning. I was actually on the West Coast at the time. And, it's the call you really, as a head coach, and
you can tell it bothers him. You know what I'm saying? You can tell he's still probably worked up about it. You see the energy. You know what I'm saying? And KOC, he definitely a coach that I think cares about his players, man. I don't think he's putting on a front. You never know until you know, but I don't think he's putting on a front, dog. He never disrespects his players live. He never bashes them, trashes them. You hear me? He never pulled a Mike Zimmer on no player, right? Disrespected a player, talk bad about him. You never see KOC doing that. His big thing is relationships, brotherhood, trust, loyalty, etc. Right? So you can tell he's still probably hurt by it, man. Know what I'm saying? What you expect, right? You in the chat, like it up. You in the chat, like it up.
I've had some dialogue with a lot of the other coaches around the league as well. It's the call we all absolutely fear, more than anything, especially this time of year where you've had a off-season program. The energy is high, the enthusiasm is high, and you're, hoping to get your team back and to get that phone call and know that, not only Kyrie, but, 2 other tragic lives were lost, all young adults gone way, way too early.
It's tough. Like you said, it's tough, especially when you're going in a certain direction, then tragedy happens, But at the end of the day, you got to keep pushing, man. You got to keep pushing. You got to get that energy back. You hear me? Heavy, though. It's not easy. Easier said than done, but you got to bring that chemistry back, that bond back. You got to bring it back full circle eventually, though. Like I said, they got to play hard for Kyrie. You know what I'm saying? They really care about Kyrie, care for Kyrie, this and that, et cetera, et cetera. Well, they can show it, huh? There's many ways to show it, right? Especially on the field. Heavy.
That it just leaves you heartbroken, and your thoughts and your prayers and your support for the family, and I'm so proud of this organization for how we have handled it and will continue to handle it, and it stays.
In respect to the Vikings, man, I heard, I think in the news, we'll get to that later, but they helped the family with the funeral or paid them out a certain amount of money, a certain amount of funds. So shout out to the Vikings for that, dog. Just helping the family out. Tragic situation, man. Rest in peace, Kyrie.
Stays with you. I want to really highlight, and I know Kwesi's going to get into a little bit more, but I want to highlight not only the Wilfs and our organization, how we've handled it, but the NFLPA as well. Playing a role in kind of, what will be to come for Kyrie's family, and how we support and honor that family will be, critical. From the moment Kyrie was drafted and showed up here, he's had a unique journey, up until that moment. And I was always, throughout the draft process, and then his early time being a Minnesota Viking, you felt a guy that
had everything right there in front of him, right there in front of him. And like you say, definitely a unique journey, dog. He was on his way. He had really already reached his dream, right, as far as being an NFL player. You know what I'm saying? You definitely a different journey, though, man. But he fought through it. He didn't stop. That's what it's about, right? That's definitely what it's about. You talk about a guy who was working and packing meats, thought about being a professional 2K player, giving up on his dream. You know what I'm saying? But no matter what, he kept going, kept pushing, kept fighting heavy, man.
It had such a laser focus on, what his mission, his plan was. And it really showed up in the spring. He had a very, very good spring, and was really looking forward to, coming back to training camp and being well on his way on that path to having a big impact on our team for this year. So just some of my personal dialogue with him and the work he was putting in throughout the summer, you just knew he was going to come back and do that. So
we knew which direction he was propelling. He was propelling upward. Like it wasn't hard to see, man. He had the potential to be a great cornerback. You know what I'm saying? You talking about day one starter, week one starter in the NFL, though. The size, the speed, etc. It was all there. It was all there, man. Tragic story, tragic situation. But everyone saw the raw talent he had, dog, the raw size, things that you can't coach, right? Certain things, whether a player has it or not. You hear me? That's what it's about. He had that, man. He had that. And it will hurt. It's not just a 1 day, 1 week, 1 month thing, dog. They are playing for Kyrie. They have dedicated the season to Kyrie. You hear me? So I hope they play like it, dog.
Ultimately a tragedy. Like I said, a life ended far too early. And at the point of life he was at and the journey he had been on up until that point, really a guy who, was on his way to what I believe in my heart would have been a very, very successful NFL career. And
Facts, man. Everybody believed it. Everybody saw it, right? And he was focused. He was zoned in, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't like he wasn't putting the work in. He was putting the work in, dog. He was ready. The dude was ready, man. You hear me? Man, he was ready, dog.
Like I said, just incredibly unfortunate. And, with that, I'll turn it over to Kwesi.
Yeah, just a few words about Kyrie. I remember the first time I saw him up close. It was at the Senior Bowl doing one-on-one reps in the red zone. He had a penchant for commentary, let's say, and
just a true overall star, right? Superstar, right, dog? You know what I'm saying? Nice dude, friendly guy, outgoing. You hear me? It's Kwesi just, gave him a compliment. He was having fun, man, having fun. Dog.
The player that he was playing against didn't seem to be having very much fun, but I think Kyrie was just a joyful spirit. You fast forward to top 30 visits when he's sitting in my office, and I ask a lot of the guys the same question to kind of, break down some of the barriers that can happen in those environments and really get to see what's inside their soul, what kind of things they value, how they were raised. And he's talking me through his favorite song by Major 9. And he said something to me that, ultimately helped lead to why we wanted to bring him in this building, but just speaks a lot to how he was brought up. But he said, Kwesi, there's no wishes in this life. You get out of life what you put into it.
So he definitely was an in-tune guy, in tune with himself. Understood hard work, man. He said no wishes, huh? Man. No wishes, you get out what you put in, huh? Rest in peace, Kyrie, man.
Between his joy, the way he attacked life, and then also just that hardworking spirit was partly why we were so excited to add him to this building, to this culture. And it's a tragedy that he's not here.
That's why you ask courses, even with that statement he made, like you wonder, like you get out what you put in, but he was putting in the work, putting in the effort, right? Staying focused on his dream, just staying focused, huh? Ready to take the next step. So you got to ask yourself, what was he putting in? He was walking the correct path, right? Going in the right direction. Tragedy struck him, huh? So it's a lot of courses, man. Some things you may not understand, but man, I'm saying? He wasn't walking no path toward destruction, right? You know what I'm saying? At least as far as we know, huh?
Here, and again, I just want to pass my condolences to his family, the Hazel family, and the Litton family as well. Kevin and myself, we will travel out to the funeral on Friday. We will bring some other people from the Minnesota Vikings as well.
Shout out JDT93 in the building. JDT393 in the building. Shout out, man. Yeah, heavy, dog. JDT93 in the building. Let's get it, man. Yeah, we here. Let's get it.
We plan to have a celebration of life for Kyrie and his family here, an intimate gathering with his.
Respect that, man. Respect that. You know what I'm saying? And as far as I respect the way the Vikings moved about the whole situation, from helping with certain funds, covering certain funds, right? Remembering Kyrie, dedicating the season to Kyrie, right? I'm saying they're gonna have a ceremony for him. So you got to respect the Vikings, man, just for the efforts they're showing, man, especially about the respect for the family, huh?
Teammates and staff and family here in Minnesota. We will get those details out when they happen, but the planning is already in place. Kev said it, and I'll continue to say it. We have great ownership here. It's never a question of details or anything like that. It's always, what's the decent thing? What's the human thing? What is the right thing to do? That's always the question they ask of my.
Right. As you said, right? It's like right and wrong, this and that, like what's right, what's wrong, you're right, you're wrong, correct? So they basically, it's simple, you know what I'm saying? Well, what would be the right thing for the Vikings to do? And I'm sure that's what they're doing, huh?
Myself, Rob, and Kevin in these environments, and we always give them that answer, and they always support it. So I always want to make sure I'm mention them in this setting. But in the meantime, while we continue on, we'll continue to honor Kyrie. I know I've lost a father early, a close friend in college at a young age, and how I honored them and how I think we'll all honor Kyrie is by the memories we have of him while we travel every day and we think and laugh and smile about what he might have said or what he might have did, how we live our lives, how we smile, how we live with joy, how we work hard, how we.
Facts, not taking that for granted, right? Like, what I'm saying? How will they remember him, dog, the players, etc. You know what I'm saying? Will they understand the opportunity that was taken away from Kyrie, correct? You know what I'm saying? Will they understand the opportunity that was taken away from Kyrie Jackson, dog? When they play hard, when they appreciate the moment, you hear me? That's what it's about, man. Huh? Shout out JDT93 in the building. Gonna have KJ on helmets this year, too. Respect, man. That's even better, dog. That's even better, man. Respect to the Vikings. Yeah, man. Got to keep the man alive, keep his energy in the building for real, huh?
We approach our craft. That's how we'll honor him on a day-to-day basis. And in that environment, there's nobody else I'd rather have leading this team than this guy sitting next to me. Just the culture he's built. And
shout out Kwesi, shout out O'Connell, man. Just like he said, the culture Kevin O'Connell has built. Facts, man. Like people get it misconstrued. I might make a video talking about O'Connell. I'm gonna keep it real. You tighten up, we need to tighten up, dog. Period. I want to see them boys win. Ain't nothing riding the true fan here. But like you said, the culture they brought Both of them, man. Both of the coaches they brought into Minnesota to the organization, man. You want to see them win, man. Now, will they win? Will they make history? You know, time will tell, dog. Let's go to facts, man. Class act work, no cap, man. Definitely class act work, man. But like you say, the culture both of these guys has brought into the squad, to the team, man. It's undeniable. You can't deny it, right? Different culture, different energy, man. Period, huh? Let's get it.
And that'll test it, but I'm sure we'll be up to the task. And with that, I'd like to open up the questions.
Kevin, when it comes to just helping the team deal with the loss of Kyrie, I guess what's your approach to helping these guys deal with something that's obviously very jarring for them?
Yeah, the unfortunate thing when it happened was obviously everybody's on their summer break on their own. So we tried to make.
I mean, you're asking a guy what his approach be. I mean, what could his approach be? Like you said, everybody's at summer break, everybody's gone. Like I say, he could, call a team meeting or have a team Zoom, just bring the team together, see where everybody's mental is at, make sure everybody's on the same accord, right? But him as a coach, he can only do so much at the same time. Players are gonna cope with it how they cope with it, dog. You know what I'm saying? Kevin O'Connell can't grab him by the hand and grab him, say don't do this, don't do that, or walk with him, go with him everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's not, he makes it his job, his responsibility, but it's really not. Yeah, I mean, KOC can only do so much, dog, but let's get it.
Sure, through some of the great resources we have in this building that we, either virtually or different ways, made sure we tried to connect some of those guys initially in a group.
Right, like you just said, virtually, you know what I'm saying? Zoom call, etc. So, I mean, you do what you can, huh? That's all he really could do, is try to bring guys together as much as possible, but it's tough when somebody in this state, somebody in that state, right? Somebody over here, over there. You know what I'm saying?
Setting, connecting with some of the young players, the rookies who had built immediate relationships, some from either going to school at Oregon or Alabama with Kyrie. So we wanted to make sure first and foremost that in the initial aftermath, guys didn't feel like they were on their own. But as we work through training camp and we'll talk, we'll have those team meeting settings where we'll make sure the communication, and we'll make sure that we're giving guys, opportunities to seek those resources if they feel that they need them. But the one thing I will say is Kyrie was not a part of our team long, but the way our culture is, and more importantly, speaking to our locker room.
Like you said, wasn't a part of the team long, but it was already that chemistry, that bond there, and that has a lot to do with Kevin O'Connell, the culture, energy he has brought. Kwesi, he created that family atmosphere, man. You know what I'm saying? Something Mike Zimmer couldn't do, or something Mike Zimmer lost, dog. That's why you say, like, you can have all the talent in the world. If the talent doesn't have chemistry, is not coached well, is not led in the right direction, you hear me? Is not on the same accord. Everybody's not trying to eat and understands everybody can eat and want to see everybody win, dog. Team atmosphere, understanding it's no I in team. I don't care how much talent you have, dog. You're not going to win games. We see it in NFL, NBA, every sport. We've seen prime examples, man. It's not just about talent, dog. We're talking about full spectrum, all aspects, man. Period, dog.
Room and our players, it does not take long for guys to build strong bonds and relationships. And just through my dialogue throughout the summer with some of our veteran leadership and how they, were.
Shout out Hu Yang in the building. Hu Yang in the building. Shout out Hu Yang.
Communicating their feelings and things. It was pretty remarkable to hear the kind of impact that he had in such a short amount of time. And that's our jobs, to make sure that we understand that everybody will grieve differently, but at the same time, what Kwesi said, I thought was a beautiful thing of how we honor him will be a daily thing, but how we individually do that with the type of energy and spirit that I think will.
Right, how you play, how you perform, how you put the work in, right? You know what I'm saying? How you play on the field. Bottom line, dog. I mean, it is what it is, bro. At this point, dog, you know what I'm saying? It's how you play. How much did he really mean to him, dog? Will you give full maximum effort here?
Honor Kyrie in a great way.
Heavy.
Why did no one tell North Carolina drivers about this new rule?
All right,
If you are currently insured,
drive less than
Cap, you hear me? Cap. Yes, sir.
What's the as far as addressing the team on something as tragic and sad as this? What's your method of how to sort of toe that line of these guys are young, they don't think about death, but yet you turn around and you're playing football. How do you go about that? Because it's got to be a fine line to try to walk.
Yeah,
You got to keep them zoned in. You know, like you got to keep their mental correct and check on their mental, man. You know what I'm saying? Point blank, period. Like I said, at the end of the day, it's only so much the coaches can do, but they have to be build a supporting cast, have the right coaches, right staff around them to make sure they're zoned in, staying locked in, no matter what's going on. Like, not an easy task, but it has to be done. Huh?
Absolutely, and it's one of those things where I think it is a wake up call in a lot of ways.
But it's a whole team effort, man. That goes back to everybody being on the same accord, wanting to be successful, man.
Ways that we are not, guaranteed another day on this earth at any point in time, and there's not one player in that locker room that probably didn't think about, at some point in time in their grieving process, just how unfair to Kyrie and his family that this was, and what would that have been like, or what could that have been me, type of question.
Facts, right. And the question is, do they take advantage of the opportunity they have, man? You know what I'm saying? Knowing that, understanding that, learning that, the Kyrie situation, like what does it really do to you? Huh?
But at the same time, I think these guys love playing the game. They know what comes with playing the game of football. They love being with their teammates. So I don't know necessarily if one thing kind of correlates to another, but I would say just, the gift that we get every single day to be a part of this organization. And for our players, I know how fortunate they feel to be a part of that group of guys in that locker room. My message is going to be coming from my heart, where I say I'm not going to take a single day, a minute, a moment that I have with you guys for granted. And
Facts up, what it's about. You know what I'm saying? That's all you can really do. And depending on how close you are to the situation, yeah, you can deal with it. You can deal with it, but you never really deal with it, right? You know what I'm saying? It's always a process, everyday battle, huh? Like this scenario will never get easy, dog. Horrific situation, sad, tragedy, homie. Here, so no one just go away like that. But at the end of the day, man, everybody got to be on the same accord, all on the same page, man. And bonding is one. Dealing with the traumatic experience is one, though. You hear me? Period, huh?
You'd like to think that you don't, but at the same time, you hate that moments like this are what make you, have that point hammered home to you. That
sometimes it's sad. You gotta be a dang death experience to make you realize or wake people up. You hear me? Or wake the world up. This and that. Like, no, man, this is real deal, dog. You hear me? Sometimes it takes things like this. I mean, it doesn't make sense. You question it, dog. Some things you may never understand, right? But yeah, but you got Jordan Addison a week later doing what he doing. So who's really getting it? Who's really understanding, huh? Who really appreciating the opportunity, dog? You hear me? You really want to put the effort in and play hard and play ball for Kyrie, dog. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of questions, man. It is what it is, man. Everybody's different. Some people get it. Some people don't. Some people will get it. Some people don't, dog. Some people don't care. Some people don't want to get it. You hear me? Even if they know it, they don't want to change. You hear me? It's what it is, man. Life, dog. The realm. You hear me? The realm.
Just how fortunate we are on a daily basis to get the opportunities that we do.
You mentioned getting that phone call at 4 a.m. Is there anything that other head?
I mean, my question to the media, once again, is this what they're going to lean on, the whole presser? Like, zone in on Kyrie once again, zone in on Kyrie. Like, it's one thing you can talk about it, but you keep just hammering in on it. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? Can the coaches grieve? You know what I'm saying? Can you ask them some different questions? But we 9 minutes in, and it's been all things about Kyrie, right? They told you, explained to you numerous times. This was sometime in the media, like, ask dumb rhetorical questions. You hear me? KOC, I've heard him sit here and explain the proper steps they're taking, what they're doing, how they're dealing with it, what they're doing to deal with it, help the players out, doing as much as they can, right? What they're doing for the families, the NFLPA, and they keep asking damn near the same question. So media, like sometimes media is the problem, is the biggest issue, dog. Period. You hear me? This man finna come back, recycle the same question, just phrase it in a different way, dog. You hear me? Media on all levels. Media on all levels sometimes is the main conundrum, dog. Point blank, period. You hear? Big skull here, man. You know what I'm saying? How many times do they have to say the plan, the process to keep his name alive? Put his name, his number on the helmets. You know what I'm saying? Keep him alive in the locker room, on the field, dog, within the organization. They told you everything they're gonna do, and they keep zoning in on Kyrie. You hear? At a certain point in time, you're like, okay, is this about Kyrie or is this about asking a question for maybe more views, something, whatever the case may be, dog. Like, come on now, how long do we zone in on this, man?
Coaches tell you when you take this job about how to deal with that part of it, or just how to be ready for it?
No, and I've had some.
What could they tell you? What could coaches tell you? No, no, they don't. They'll tell you how could you be prepared for it, dog? Huh? One of your top rookies, potential elite cornerbacks, life taken in a car crash. He wasn't at fault, etc. How could you prepare for that, dog? What do you mean? How do you prepare for it? You don't, right? How could they possibly prepare for that information, dog? They got to address it when it happens, or if it happens, homie. What kind of question is that, man? Oh, how do you deal with one of your players getting killed in a car crash? You hear me? Potentially by a drunk driver or somebody who was hating on him. You hear me? In his hometown, dog.
Some dialogue throughout the summer with coaches reaching out and sending their thoughts and prayers to our organization, but nobody has. I mean, these players in a lot of ways, and the way that I try to live my life and the blessing of being the coach of this team, I consider myself in that servant leadership mindset where it's about what I can do for our players and building those relationships. And a lot of
I like what Kevin O'Connell said right there. Definitely, said he looks at himself as a servant to players, wanting the best for players, putting them in the best position, which I don't question that, because he's been showing that all along with it, even with his flaws, his horrible play calling at certain times. He never forgets about the players, dog. He never bashes the players. He always bigs up his players, even if he don't need to big them up, even if he should, and he has the right to getting their ass on live to the public, but he doesn't, dog. He refrains from it every time. Even he wouldn't be at fault for doing so, dog. Hear me? Especially some games last season. But he takes responsibility. But at the end of the day, for him, I really believe it's about a chemistry, that family, that brotherhood, that real love, dog. And he said he want to be a service to him. You hear me? Let's get it, man.
times you become really close to these guys, and they become almost like kids of your own, and you care about them and you worry about them. And so there's really no playbook, there's no ways to go about it. But I do think as a whole, it's my responsibility to make sure that all of his teammates, as well as his family and the people who are closest with him, know how much I cared for him and how much we all cared for him.
What it's about, man, And respect to them for that. You got to keep the family alive. You got to keep the family alive.
Him and each other, and how much we will continue to do that moving forward.
Did you change anything about the start of camp to sort of give more space for?
My name is Alfonso, and I got Botox Cosmetic for the first time. The lines that I was concerned the most about were
Players to sort of grieve and kind of eating different.
Yeah, I did. I did have a little bit more of some time with the group that reported early that I had not done in years past. Normally, I like to have one kind of collective big team meeting when everybody arrives.
Well, hopefully they have that meeting. Hear me? Hopefully they have that meeting, dog, because a meeting is definitely needed, man. Just to bring everybody back, just get that balance, man. Because you got the Addison situation, you got other situations, man. It's time for everybody to really lock in and come together as one unit, as a team, one goal in hand. You hear me? That's what it's about, man. Period, man.
Tomorrow, but I did feel like it was important to, at least get those guys together after, the early report conditioning test, and just make sure that I touched on it with that group and made sure once again they're aware of the resources and the great folks we do have to help through traumatic times like this, and as well as just let them know how I was feeling and where I'm at, and the vulnerable side of their head coach, to know that it's okay to feel however they're feeling, and also provide some of the information you guys have all received today about how we're going to honor him, in addition to how we're going to operate and act on a daily basis, where we're going to have a helmet decal and lapel pins and things to honor.
What's up, man? Keep him alive, keep his name alive, keep his number alive, dog. Helmet decal, all of that, man. The pins, it all plays a role, man. Heavy. Keep his name alive in the community, man. Well, for Kyrie, man. Period. You know what I'm saying? Period, man.
Kyrie all season long.
There's probably no way to segue to this, but you mentioned wake up call, and Kwesi can answer this too. You had a player arrested with a driving related incident. What's your level of disappointment with that? And what kind of punishment will you?
Yeah, of course. We're disappointed in Jordan for, we care about these players, and we really do, and
even in here, he probably holding back a little bit. He got to hold back a little bit, right? He's not just going to bash Jay. I guarantee he don't bash him, but I'm sure they pissed off, man. Jordan Addison got to get his head out his ass, dog. We don't know the full situation, still under investigation, correct? And like you know what I'm saying? But it's time for players to really check in and lock in with each other, man. People really that close, but you can only, you can't, like I said, you can't grab a guy's hand and walk with him through his career, through his journey, huh? Jordan Addison, he's a grown man. At the end of the day, he won't make his own decision, huh? Period.
We want to make sure we're doing our part, for the development on the field, and the other aspect of that is the off the field and the life skills and the development of decision making and learning how important it is, within our culture that we're very proud of, that our players understand personal responsibility and accountability, to that point. But you wrap your arms around these guys, and you ensure that they know that we care, but at the same time, they have to hear those messages, and they have to understand things that are not, things that are going to be acceptable and by any, stretch. And we've got to continue to, the resources we do have, and as an organization, and how Kwesi have really tried to build, our locker room and our team. I think it's really important that the discipline side of things is an accountability, personal responsibility. Those are things we will talk about, and I will personally talk about with Jordan. But at the same time, there's going to be there's a continuing legal.
The accountability. Jordan Addison has to take accountability, correct? That's not a secret. He needs to step up. Time for him to step up and do better, dog. We know all this, huh? And everybody want to see Kwesi put his foot down, probably, do this, say this to that to Jordan, suspend them, this and that. Oh, man, go crazy and that. But at the same time, man, KOC got to beat him, dog. And it's still under investigation. So, everyone has to wait for further notice, and I'm sure KOC will make the right decision. But it's funny, everybody wants to get on Addison and make him just get on Addison and make him seem like the bad guy. Now, should he be held accountable? Yes, don't get me wrong. Definitely hold his ass accountable. Jordan Addison, if he got to get suspended, he got to get suspended. But let's make it a fair suspension, huh? You talking about 6 weeks? 6 weeks for real? Come on now. Let's stop the cap. And I'm sure KOC is pissed. He disappointed. Him and Kwesi, dog. This is 2 years in a row. Jordan Addison, something has to get right in his mind. Has to get right in his mind. But you think KOC really thought one of his first thought was, oh, I want to trade JA. I want to get rid of JA. What, are you kidding me? That's cap. No, bro. So all these ridiculous speculations, bring this receiver in and get rid of Jordan Addison. He should be suspended indefinitely. This, that, kick him off the team. What are we talking about here? Are we really kidding me here? Calm it down, dog. Yes, he should get punished. He should get held accountable, period. Just like everybody, dog. Coaches, players, etc. You hear me? So let's be real about it, though, dog. Let's not be biased here, dog.
Legal process playing out in the NFL, through the different aspects of their process to play out. But we'll let those things happen. And then, from regards to specifics and details of discipline and things like that.
And it's not their business. You mean? And it's not their business. You understand? Right? At the end of the day, it's not their business either. You hear me? Right? Am I correct? Whatever KOC and Kevin O'Connell and the Minnesota Vikings choose to do, they don't have to disclose that, huh? Yeah. They don't have to tell the media their information just because they're asking. You know what I'm saying?
The time will come for that clearly, but I look at it right now like I'm excited to get Jordan back in our building, get him around his teammates, and begin that process of wrapping our arms around him, and twofold with the discipline and accountability being a part of it.
Kevin, just to be clear on that, so if there were to be any financial or suspension type things, would that come from the NFL first, or would you guys think about doing something independent of that?
Yeah, I think, with most of these situations, Ben.
The NFL always come first. What question is that, Ben, Mr. Ben? We know what's up, Ben. The NFL always, they quick to find the players. They quick to find them, huh? They want that bread. They want that guapino. They want that bread. They want that guapino, huh? So what you mean is it going to come from them or the NFL first? We know where it's coming from first, dog. The NFL. They're going to get that bread. You hear me? They're going to get that bread. All good, Skolden. All good, Skolden. They talking about where does the fines come from first? The NFL, dog. Where do the fines always come from when it's about guapino? You hear me? The NFL, dog. Come on now, Ben, Mr. Ben. Come on, guy.
Around the league, it's normally an NFL player conduct thing that a process plays out.
Right. Come on, man.
Over a period of time. And like I said, the legal process is still, playing out as well. So
people keep forgetting that. He hasn't been charged with nothing. He was arrested and released, dog. You hear me? It's called arrest, then release. You hear me? You jive turkey jack, man. You a smooth jive turkey jack. It's still under investigation, dog. Period. Yeah, man. This still under investigation. You hear me? Come on, man. So we don't know what's going to happen for real. But we know, come on, you know Mr. Ben, who always gets the money first, gets the guapino first, Mr. Ben. We know what it is. They find the players, and the players take it on a chin. We know what's up. Come on, now we know what's up here.
We'll let those things happen and work off that accordingly.
I think we've all seen young players make mistakes. Last year with summer with Jordan had the driving incident, and this thing has happened as well. And eventually there's a line from going from making mistakes to having a problem. And I'm curious if either one of you have any concerns that he has a problem there as opposed to has put himself in a couple bad situations.
Just to go back to what was said earlier, I think,
Well, you got to break down the root of the problem, root of the issue. Like I said in previous videos, is he going through something with his family? Do he got some mental issues going on? Is he feeling depressed? Is Kyrie affecting? Whatever the case may be, dog. But at the end of the day, no excuse. Jordan Addison got to want to change. You hear me? We understand mistakes happen, but what's your intentions, huh? Intentions are everything. You hear me? Huh? Yeah, you make mistakes, but was it your intentions to hurt that person or make that mistake and continue to make that mistake, dog? Period. Bottom line, dog. So what's really going on with Jordan Addison? Should be the question. The first question: has anybody talked to him or are guys as close as we think there are, dog? Do they tap in with phone calls, dog? Do they call their players? Is it really a close relationship, dog? Does Jordan Addison, does he feel bad about something, dog? Is he worried about something? He got personal issues. You hear me? That's what I don't understand. If it's a big brotherhood, it's one big relationship, then what the problem is, man? We should know what's going on. You hear me? As far as them on the inside, dog. Period, point blank, period, man. But for the media talking about this and that, like I say, man, like let's first off let it play out first. You know what I'm saying? Let it be a decision made, dog. Everybody want to jump to conclusions and start disrespecting JA. Like West Phillips just wasn't sitting up there last year, drunk out his mind, riding through the city. And it's facts. Facts that he was drunk, dog, and he still got to travel to the game, you hear me? In respect to West Phillips, man, just a mistake. You know what I'm saying? He out there drinking and driving and swerving. But I'm saying he's supposed to be setting the standard, huh? At the end of the day. I ain't see everybody crash on West Phillips like that, dog. Here. Huh? Why the players always get the hardest part of it, man? Huh? Why everybody crash down on the players the most? You hear me? Ain't the players following by example if we being real? Don't it start from top to bottom? Ownership, coaches, etc. So what's up? Come on, man. And don't get it misconstrued. Jordan Addison should get dealt with, whatever it is, if he's guilty, dog. We don't know what the situation is, homie. Everybody just speaking. Everybody just speaking out their neck. Yeah, giving their assumptions, opinions, dog. It's no evidence that has came out and said Jordan Addison was drinking, dog, or Jordan Addison was on drugs. That's why he fell asleep. Yeah, obviously something was going on. Well, let's get to the nitty gritty of it. Let them break it down, man. Let's hear the verdict, dog. Huh? Or you try to decry a guy to the max? Come on, baby. Here. no, oh, but it's pick and choose, huh? It's pick and choose, huh? Come on, bro.
Part of the reason you do so much work on character and the types of people you bring in this building is Jordan's. Any disappointment we might have in Jordan has more in himself. I mean, he holds himself to a high standard, was raised by a great family. He knows the types of behaviors he needs to do to be the best version.
Well, I feel crazy on that. I feel crazy
of himself.
At the end of the day, does Jordan Addison hold himself as high regard? Is he hard on himself? There's 2 years in a row. You got to ask, you hear me? Or something on the exterior going on the interior that makes him continue to make mistakes. So what it is really, Kwesi? How much do you know JA for real, Kwesi? My course than you, big dog heavy. No disrespect. I'm just asking. We got 2 years in a row. Speeding, putting his life in danger, lives of others, dog. Now we got to sleep in LAX, in LA, put himself in danger for real. He could have got robbed, killed, etc. Sleeping in the car. Anything could have happened. He could have been left right there. So Kwesi, no disrespect once again, but I ask you, how much do you really know about JA, dog? Period. Heavy.
And he's kind of let himself down in that regards. Using words like discipline and different things like that. We don't really talk about it like that inside these walls. Inside these walls, it's about designing for the outcome we want. The outcome we want is for Jordan to be the best version of himself on the field and off the field. And he's bought into that same exact thing. So how do you do that from a plan standpoint? Who do you have to have him talk to, speak with, to learn the things he needs to learn to get to where he wants?
Well, that's an array of people, you know, veterans, people he close to, Jettas, you know what I'm saying? People would say he sets a certain example, sets the standard. Coaches, outside of football, family members, etc. If he has those people to talk to, you hear me? You don't know what's going on, dog. And Kwesi says we don't talk the discipline talk. I get it. I mean, it's more about, you know, putting them in a position, creating atmospheres where they can be successful, you know, being their best self. But if a player keeps messing up, Kwesi, what is the discipline? You know, how long can you avoid discipline, dog? Period, bottom line.
He wants to go. That's how we're approaching it from this standpoint. So any other conversations outside of that are, you know, it can't be specific to, but that's where we're trying to approach this issue.
At Safelight, we know nobody likes a windshield chip.
Ask some questions. Do you guys know what's the plan for TJ Hawkinson is going to be, and also Andrew Van Ginkel?
Yeah, great question. What's the plan, my man? Where is TJ? Where is Hawkins? Hawk coming back? Is Hawk coming back? You hear me? I want to know about Hawk as well, though, because Hawk been quiet. I know he putting the work in, but we seen last year he set out the whole training camp. So what's up with Hawk? Is Hawk getting all his money fully guaranteed, even if he don't play this year? What's up with Hawk, man?
In terms of just
Let's ask the real questions, man. Let's not just focus on certain questions, focus on the negative. Ask a variety of questions, man. Ask about the team. Ask real deep questions. You hear me? Yeah, some of the time the media be hypocrites, man, not really zoning in on the issues of the team. Ask about the old line. Ask about Bradbury's soft ass. Let's ask real questions, huh? You hear me? It's easy to ask about, Kyrie, Jordan Addison. That's all they want to zone in. No, let's keep it real. Talk about the players now who gonna be on the field when you face them Giants, dog, them dirty Giants. You hear me? Talk about your interior linemen lacking. Let's ask real questions, media. Or you're ride nuts. It's a kiss ass business. Oh, Florio already exposed it. Florio exposed it. I get it. But let's be real, Vikings media. Ask the real questions. You hear me? That's what I want to hear. TJ Hockenson, is he going to be soft this season? Is he going to play? Is he the same? I mean, what it is. These are questions. They're going to ask these questions, right? Come on, man. Let's get real.
what, if anything, they can do this summer and how you'll sort of approach that with them roster-wise and that sort of thing.
Yeah, TJ will begin training camp on the PUP list. He's
not shocked at that, not surprised at that. I don't even expect him to be back training camp, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't expect TJ Hockenson. Matter of fact, not just training camp. I don't expect Hockenson to be on that field more than half the season, maybe the whole season, dog. I would not be surprised and shocked if TJ Hockenson missed the whole season, dog. Knowing him, how he operates, how he moves, especially if he don't feel ready or he ain't got everything benefiting him in a certain way, 100% in the way he wants it. We know how he moves. So don't be surprised if that boy don't even enter that field, huh? Don't be surprised if he don't even take a hut hike, yeah. No disrespect, it's just facts, yeah.
well ahead of schedule from a standpoint of some of the benchmarks throughout his rehab, and he's done it. TJ has, looking back at the offseason program, did not miss really a day outside of going to see.
Clap it up for him. Respect that. Respect that. It's good to know a tight end you pay so much is putting in maximum effort to recover and be on the field, which he should do. I gave him a clap, but that's something he should be doing. Does he want a cookie? That's his job, right? That's why he get paid millions, correct? So he should be putting that effort in, focused on rehab, dog. But shout out, props to him because everybody don't do it, dog. So I hope he bounces back. And like I say, for you sissy, sensitive, soft people, dog, I don't wish him no harm. I don't wish him bad. I hope he balls out. You hear me, dog? I hope Hockenson eat heavy, just like every Vikings player, dog.
His surgeon in Los Angeles, and he was here every single day. And then that continued through the summer. So I think Tyler and his staff feel really good about where he's at. But
scored in facts. Not only opportunity for him, but opportunity for everybody. Scored, you hear me? Every tight end, but that's facts. Golden big facts, dog. Who gonna step in? Who gonna take advantage of opportunity here?
The significant injury that it was, we want to make sure throughout our plan to when TJ makes it back on the field and can begin doing more and more throughout training camp, and then hopefully at some point when he's ready to go, we want to make sure that everything is done the right way for TJ because he is such a significant part of our organization moving forward. And then just with Van Ginkel, he should, more than likely, be able to start working himself into a pretty regular workload to start hopefully training camp. But he is not yet, obviously.
Clap it up for Van Ginkel, though. Now he's gonna say something about not yet prepared, whatever. But it's looking good for him to return. Now Van Ginkel, he's another player. I didn't know the man had so many damn injuries, though. Love the way he plays. Love his mentality, his pass rushing ability. But that man injured. Call him Dalvin Cook at the linebacker position. You hear me? That boy stay injured. But hopefully he's on the right path and he can contribute at a high level. That's what I'm saying here, dog. It's about availability, homie, period. Can you be on that field? But Van Ginkel, hopefully he putting the work in.
obviously worked, with that group full speed. So we'll probably use the ramp up period and maybe a few of those days beyond to kind of gauge and see exactly how he's working through that early kind of participation. But the expectation is we should be able to get him rolling here pretty good.
Hey, as far as the QB goes, because we can't let either of you go without talking about that. Kevin, you said on radio, I think it was on Friday, that there's going to be a competition.
Ask the questions, man. Ask the real questions, man. Come on, bro. All these soft questions, man. Get to the gritty, man. Who gonna get to the gritty? This is what Vikings media is right here. Minnesota nice. That's why they soft. That's why the Vikings been average, dog. Get away with it, homie. Ask the questions, bro. Come on, man. Let's ask the questions. How your defensive line interior is looking kind of soft. What y'all gonna do about it? What y'all gonna do about the weak link position, your interior line on your offense? What y'all gonna do about it? We see Bradbury get beat up by every defense, elite especially. What y'all gonna do about the trenches? Huh? Who's your wide receiver 3? Come on, man. Is it a battle or not? Is J.J. McCarthy a bust or not, dog? Scary, ask them questions, man. Why is J.J. McCarthy behind Nick Mullins? You hear me? Ask the question, bro. You got to take advantage of the first team reps, and that is, I think you start the first game of the season. We'll see, man. We'll see, man.
You were talking about, and this doesn't contradict it, but at the end of the workouts, that Darnold was going to go in as the top QB. So what do you envision here? Is JJ going to push Darnold? Is Nick going to?
Man, this is a competition, man. Who in the front, man? Is JJ ahead of Nick Mullins, man? Can JJ McCarthy compete, man? Why is he behind Nick Mullins, bro? Who's going to push who? Get to the question, man. Whoever asking the question, stop pussyfooting around it, man. Ask the real question, man. Is JJ going to compete for a starting job? Is he good or not, dog? They don't want to answer it. They ain't got to answer it. Put some pressure on him, man. All these soft questions, bro. They ain't got no problem asking about Jordan Addison, though. Talking about Kyrie, though, huh? Here. Ask the questions, bro. Some of y'all, bro. Here.
Start as the number 2? Like, how's this going to unfold in your mind?
Yeah, I have no, preconceived, preset depth chart in my mind beyond. I believe I said, at the end of spring.
Don't cap, Kevin. Don't cap. Come on, Kevin. I got to get on your head top, bro. Don't cap, KOC. Come on, bro. Don't cap, bro. Don't cap, bro. First you're saying Sam Darnold is your starter. Now you're saying you don't. Now you saying you don't really see the roster like that. You can't make a clear-cut decision. Which one is it, KOC? Because the whole organization has said different things, homie. 1 minute it's McCarthy. One minute McCarthy looking good. Him and Darnold gonna battle for a spot. Next second, Sam Darnold is the guy. Out of your mouth. That's out of your mouth, O'Connell. Next minute, McCarthy behind Mullins. Come on, O'Connell. What it is, bro? No disrespect. Just say the truth, dog. You hear? Now you don't know your roster. Now you don't know who's gonna be this and that with your roster. Come on, KOC.
Sam was, the number 1 quarterback. He had taken a lot of the reps and most of the reps with the ones. And Sam had a great spring. JJ came in here after being drafted and had a really productive spring as well. So really my message to those guys is I want a really competitive situation. Sam will, obviously be, taking the majority of his reps with that first group, but I think you'll see JJ maybe get some as well, but also it's about the quality and as much as the volume of those reps throughout camp.
Quality and mechanics. Is JJ McCarthy inaccurate? We've heard details about him being inaccurate. Is he ready? Can he really compete? Like, what's up, man? Come on, bro.
to really kind of continue to holistically attack this quarterback.
But you know, KOC, he ain't gonna just come out and say it, right? He's not just gonna come out and say it, though. Come on now.
Development program and process for JJ, while also knowing that doesn't mean the expectation is that Sam doesn't have a process either. We've got individualized plans for all of our guys, and where that depth chart falls, for our first game, we get a whole lot of time on the grass and 3 preseason opportunities, 2 joint practices to really work through exactly.
He's basically saying they got a lot of time to see who McCarthy is, dog. So he don't want to come out flat out and say, hey, Darnold's the starter now or this and that. He's not gonna make a right now decision, dog. But basically, Kevin O'Connell, I'm sure, like he just saying we gotta wait and see, man. It's questions for McCarthy, point blank, period, man. It's a lot of questions with McCarthy, man. When the competition rises, we're going to see. When the pad comes on, team practices, preseason, we finna see, though. That's the thing about it. We finna see, baby. Huh? We finna see, baby. You hear? We finna really see, huh? I'm going to get to you in a minute, Scoden. Hold on, man. We finna see, man. Shout out Minnesota Sports Talk with A.L. Smith. I think Sam is going to have a bad preseason, then J.J. is going to be the starter. Hey, if Sam Darnold is starter, he might not even play in the preseason, right? You hear me, Minnesota Sports Talk? I feel you. I get what you're saying, dog, but Darnold might not even play in the preseason if he is the guy. You hear me? But guess what? Now the time has come. Everybody's going to have to show and prove. No more hide. No more this. Wish, woulda, coulda, shoulda, if, what, who this, who that, dog. Everybody got to play now and compete. You hear? I'm going to get to you in a minute, Scoden. We're going to break down the whole Duke Shelley trade. You hear me? Shout out Scoden, breaking news. I'm going to get to a big dog. Got to put that segment in here. I'm going to finish this video up first. You hear me? Stay tuned. Let's get it. But now we're going to see the battle. No more running, no more hiding, dog. If McCarthy ain't it, oh, trust me, we're going to see he ain't it, dog. If he ain't shit, we're going to see he ain't shit, homie. You heard?
Where each individual guy is at this point in time going into the season.
How tough is that on reps, though? Because, if Sam's going to take up a lot of the 1 reps,
yep,
obviously puts JJ watching those a bit more or with the backup. So, because, it's been, 6 years of Kirk here, basically, before you guys, and it was always Kirk just took the first team rep.
Yeah.
How much do you have to orchestrate that so that you get the look that you want, but yet your starter on September 8th has the bulk of the work, I guess?
Yeah, I think there's enough reps to do that, and I wouldn't discount Nick Mullins' experience in our system.
Here we go with Nick. You hear me? Like it says, man, reps are reps. Reps are reps, dog. Who takes full advantage of the opportunity with the reps they get, dog. Period, dog. And he finna speak about Nick Mullins. So KOC really finna speak about Nick Mullins and him getting reps, homie. So obviously it's a close battle somewhere, dog. McCarthy is not that much further ahead of Nick Mullins, dog. You want to sit there and be delusional, dog. Everything KOC is saying is about reps. We got to wait and see, homie. Huh? Questions about McCarthy, Darnold, all those people. The competition starts now. Huh? At the end of the day, period. I don't care what he get up here and say. Can't nobody run no more. Players got to come out into the spotlight, dog. Who can play, who can't play, bro? You hear me? Cameras on, light camera action. Training camp, we here. Who ready? Yeah. But the fact Nick Mullins is still in the equation, to me, is cause for concern, homie, period, huh? The fact that you can even have Nick Mullins in the equation as your second string quarterback when you have J.J. McCarthy, your first round pick, your top 10 pick, you traded up to get him, definitely makes me question even more. Did they want Michael Penix Jr.? Did they want Drake May? Did they just settle for McCarthy, like I said, during the draft? Did they panic, go into panic mode? Some say no, some say yeah. But at the end of the day, we will see, dog. Hopefully, J.J. McCarthy is that dude, that dog, that championship quarterback. You hear me? Period. But it's questions, homie, heavy.
Over these last couple of years to maybe where he doesn't quite necessarily need the volume of work to still be ready to go if called upon during the season. So I think that's the way we've kind of philosophically put together the room.
The one thing, if you want to break down and say one thing Nick Mullins has over Nick Mullins has over McCarthy, Donald, every quarterback is time and experience in offense, experience in the games. Like, you can give him that. But who is Nick Mullins? We know who Nick Mullins is. He's trash for real, just like Dobbs was trash for real. You hear me? No disrespect, we're talking facts here. You don't want to rely on Nick Mullins as the Vikings quarterback. Are we goofy? Are we going cap? No fan, no player, no coach want to say, hey, Nick Mullins my starting quarterback, dog. Period, dog. Heavy. Huh? We going cap, bro? Only thing he can say he has over any quarterback on the roster is experience in offense, with the personnel, huh? With the playbook, huh? Nobody want Nick Mullins on their squad as they starting quarterback. He's a backup. Kerr?
Knowing how important JJ's development plan is and how he's attacked it. And really, I also don't want JJ to feel like he's got any kind of preset ceiling or floor to where he's at. And that's the excitement that I know he feels showing up to go to work every day. And he's had, like I said, he's, had a great offseason and a great summer leading into this. He's ready to go. And Sam.
JJ McCarthy, he's a competitor. He will compete. But like KOC just said, it's important to keep his confidence there. Don't break his confidence, man. So KOC, he's taking it smart. He's playing it smart, man. Even if he believes in him, he's not just going to come out and go hard either direction, right? He's not going to big him up too much, give him the big head. He's not, even if he has a lot of questions about him, he's not going to say it. That's not KOC. He's not going to bash his guys. He's going to keep it in-house. You can respect it or not respect it, but that's KOC, you hear me? So you're not really going to get a clear answer from KOC. Certain situations you might get a clear answer, especially when the season starts, where you can really zone in. Players are really identified, dog. Who's the weak point? Where's the weak spot? What's the strong point? Yeah, you can break it down. But right now, it's easy. All you got to say is we got to wait and see who performs well with the reps, dog. Who does this? Who does that, dog? You hear me? That's all they got to say. Training camp coming. We got to wait and see. It's a battle. It's a competition. Who's ready? Who put the work in? Easy answer, dog.
Got off to a really great start in the spring, and I'm looking forward to him to really take that momentum and start running, because really you guys know that are here every day, and when you get the opportunity to come out in the spring, it's really the teaching, learning phase. We're really not in that competition mode as much as starting to set.
Facts. Competition starts now. Competition starts now, dog. You hear? Heavy, dog. You hear? OTA, spring camp, all that. It's a learning process. Just learning and getting back acquainted to it, the speed, dog, the rhythm, getting back in rhythm, running small parts of the playbook, throwing the ball, especially for a rookie quarterback. It's all about learning, movement, just get used to a different field, dog, a different playbook, a different scheme. Quarterback, so much to take in, comprehend. So yeah, it's a process, dog. But KOC is making it smooth for McCarthy, but he don't want to make it too smooth. You hear me? Period, dog. That's why I rock with Randy Moss heavy. I understand what he was saying a lot. He's like, hey, first round, second, third round, they're going to play anyway. They're there to play, see what they can do for real. Put them in there. Right? Identify it quickly and swiftly. Can he play or can he play, dog? Does he need more time? Boom, bam, we figure it out as we go. So I understand what Randy Moss is saying as well, dog. You can't coddle him, hide him forever. Got to throw him out there to the wolves, huh? You're going to have to eat heavy, huh?
At the table for what will come, during these critical few weeks leading into the season.
Kwesi, you've talked a little bit about kind of this 2-year plan of building the roster and acquiring players and making some transitions. Does this feel any different?
2-year plan. Now it's on year 3.
Different for you now that you've come out of that process and the roster has probably more of your fingerprints on it, or it's more of your input as to how it looks?
I never want to make things about myself in terms of fingerprint or input and things like that. To your point, it has been a process to get to this point, but
shout out Kwesi for that. That's the culture. That's respect, collaboration. He lives by it. He stands by it heavy. Even if sometimes he does it too much, but it is what it is. That's how they rocking and rolling heavy. They stand doing it their way.
The process never stops, right? It's this never ending, pursuit of building the team you want to build and being able to do the things you want to do on a football field. But
ongoing process, and they can never afford to get comfortable, right? Point blank period, though. Next season, next man up, next season up. Let's get it.
I do think it feels like in a different place than it has been in the previous, obviously getting to that football side has been hard with all the stuff that's happened. I've tried to kind of just be present with those things and be there for people in those regards. And then kind of.
I'm sure it hasn't been hard, you know what I'm saying, dealing with all this stuff, especially the Kyrie Jackson situation. But when people say, oh, it's been hard to get back to football, football is what you do. Football is your job. Building an NFL roster with football players is your job. So at the end of the day, we all know you got to keep going. You got to keep pushing, period. But when some people say it's hard to get back to it, is it really hard? Huh? When that's your job, especially GMs, owners, people getting paid big bucks, huh? The analysts get back, talk about the stories. The media, is it really that hard, though? That's my question. You hear me?
Kind of waiting till we got back to gauge the room, gauge everybody to see where we're at with the roster. But from a pure football standpoint, it does feel different in that sense, yes.
Last two. Kwesi, how are you a better general manager today compared to this time 2 years ago entering training camp 1?
I can certainly say off the field, leaving football aside for a second, just, learning as a general manager, the workload between leader and worker, just the dichotomy of that role. It's something you just kind of grow and evolve in. You get to this job by being a good worker, right? And a lot of things are needed in you from a leadership standpoint, just outside of that role that I've had to kind of grow and adjust and kind of adapt to. And so that's something I've definitely learned a lot of through, and really on the field, personnel-wise.
You got to give Kwesi a big shout out, big props, man, to his growth, him learning, you know what I'm saying, coming in tight situations, salary cap messed up, organization in turmoil, a lot of pressure from the fans. He must win. You can argue he had a bad first draft, second draft, capitalized, bounced back, off season. First season did some questionable things. Now he's getting in his groove, bringing the right players in, building his team, building his roster. He's been cooked heavy all off season in the drafts, huh? So you got to give props to Kwesi, man, just for his journey, his process. Homie, you hear me? How far he came, duh. Even the first season, people saying he should be fired when he ain't even a full year in. You hear me? People saying him and KOC should be fired when they ain't even a full year in. You hear me? But say I'm tripping because I say, hey, if they don't make the playoffs, KOC might need to get out the building. You hear me? But somebody can say, oh, first year in, fire the boy. Come on, man. People hypocrites. Humans hypocrites, dog. Heavy. Big skull here. Let's get it. Let's get it, man. Shout out Kwesi, though, bro.
You just learn about a lot through this trial by fire. A lot of things happen in theory when you're behind an Excel spreadsheet or a computer, and you get to the job and you see the
hands-on, learning from hands-on experience.
Actual implementation of these things, and just seeing what that growth and development of a player look like, or different things like that, room dynamics, just the experience of making these decisions, seeing them up close, seeing the actual implementation of them, has been invaluable to me in my first 2 years. And I look forward to continue to grow in that environment. Every time you ask me that question, I hope to have a good answer, because if you're not growing, you're probably going the other way.
For both guys.
Okay.
So the team has an expectation. It always does. McCarthy, though, is your quarterback of the future, and you are both going into year 3 of 4-year contract.
Let's get to the questions. Let's get to the question, bro. Let's run it, bro. I hope somebody asks a real question at some point in time. You hear me? Ask an uncomfortable question. You hear me? Put a little pressure on them. Make them a little uncomfortable. Ain't nothing wrong with it, dog. Shit. Heavy, man. It's year 3. What's really good? You hear me? Come on, bro. This ain't year 1. This ain't 1 month in. You hear?
Contracts. How do you avoid the temptation, if things don't go well off the bat, not to panic without an assurance that, if the team does poorly, the team could make a change?
Yeah, I know for me, the experience that you have from different, stops, and either as a player, as a young quarterback trying to improve and grow in this.
What they gonna do? You know what I'm saying? We get the KOC. What are they gonna do? What can they do besides keep going, dog? Try again. You hear me? Huh? Try again. Yeah, they'll probably be pissed off. be concerned, but what they gonna do? Stop searching for a quarterback if he's a bust? They're gonna have to try again, dog. Messed up, try again. You hear me? But their time is running low. Their time is running low, in my opinion. I feel like this season they must make the playoffs. They must make the playoffs, dog. You hear me? And if JJ McCarthy is a bust, they both look bad. They both look bad, homie. KOC, as far as not being able to identify a player, Kwesi, the same boat. What you expect them to do, though? Stop? They're gonna have to keep going, bro. Period, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, if they believe in him, if he messes up, has a slow start, but they believe in him, believe he can be developed, then they're gonna give him another shot. It depends on how he looks, dog. You hear me? Does he have something that can be cultivated? Is something there? Let's not waste too much time, dog. Let's not waste too much time waiting on McCarthy, breaking him down, trying to figure it out. On to the next one, if that's the case. You hear me?
League, and then getting an opportunity to coach the position, coordinate, and then now be a head coach. You've been through some circumstances where some things are out of our control sometimes, but that is one thing that we are in control of, and our decisions that Kwesi and I talk through, and our decision to bring JJ here was all really, out of the belief that we feel that we can put together a plan that helps him become the best player and best quarterback that hopefully
believe in. They believe in themselves, their plan, and they believe in him. Bottom line, he just said it.
He can become. And I don't know if it's the former quarterback in me, but I will not allow any factors outside of what's best for JJ and what's best to help the Minnesota Vikings win in regards to the answer to that question. That's just how I feel about it.
And the only thing I would add is when we get hired to do these jobs, they ask us to do them in a certain way, at a certain level. They ask us to try and win championships. And that's the question Kevin and I always ask ourselves. Are we setting the team up to do that?
Right. Are the players, are you building personnel? Are you bringing in personnel that's going to get you to that ultimate goal? And obviously they believed in McCarthy, thought he's the guy who could get them there. We're going to see.
It's not, can we win a championship with you as the GM? Obviously that would be nice. But our sole focus is that. Otherwise, we wouldn't be genuine or truthful to the team that we oversee or the people in this building. So that's just going to guide our logic. And I talked a lot about minimizing regret in the past. And I'm never.
He gave a certain look, probably was nothing but a certain look he gave him. Like, was that crazy? Was that like an attitude or something crazy there? Or was that like, I'm simple here?
Can we win a championship with you as the GM? Obviously, that would be nice. But
that little like, was that like this and that or what? Like, I don't know. Like, let me know in the chat, man. You see something right there with that look, or was it nothing, dog? Was it a simple look or nothing to it, dog? Heavy. Let's get it.
Full focus is that. Otherwise, we wouldn't be genuine or truthful to the team that we oversee or the people in this building. So that's just going to guide our logic. And I talked a lot about minimizing regret in the past. And I'm never going to sit on the couch when it's all said and done, good or bad, and regret doing the right thing by JJ, doing the right thing by this team, even if it comes with consequences.
That's one, Chip.
Score Vikes, win, lose, or draw. Believe that. Heavy forever. Score Vikes, win, lose, or draw, no matter what. Heavy.
When you go through this training camp constructing your offense, do you have to go through it with the mindset that there's a likelihood that you'll have to start without Hawkinson and Addison if he is looking at suspension?
Yeah, as more.
Of course you do. What the hell? Of course you do. Why wouldn't they go through it? Like, why wouldn't they prepare for it? You got Hawkinson coming off ACL, MCL tear. You got Jordan Addison, maybe if found guilty, suspended a week, maybe up to 4 weeks. You hear me? Yeah, I'm sure they do think about it, huh?
Information, on either one of those, players, either through TJ's health as he continues to work himself back, or the ongoing process with Jordan. We'll adapt and be flexible with our plans, but clearly it's going to be a very competitive camp, at multiple positions.
I love to hear that. Compete. Let's compete. I love to hear that. You hear me? Let's compete. Let's get down to it, baby. May the best man be on the field. You're point blank period.
I feel very, very good about our roster, and I look at the 11 starting 11 on either side, offense and defensively, and it gets me really excited. But at the same time, I feel there's some really good ascending young players on our team that are going to push hard to have a say in who's ultimately on the field. And I do want to have a very competitive training camp. I'm very much looking forward to that, and I think our guys are as well, especially how they attack the spring.
Let's compete. Let's fight. Let's compete. Let's fight. Put the best man on the field here.
In anticipation of that competitive training camp. And I think it'll only make us a better football team, and how we prepare. It may look similar at times to previous camps. It may look different. Ultimately, we're going to put together a really good plan for this year's team, this year's version of the Minnesota Vikings to go try to be the best football team that we can become. And, and then as far as when we get to the end of camp and we really put together this 53-man roster and practice squad, we're going to do it in a way that gives us the best chance to win every single week.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Let's get it, man. Skol Vikes. Skol Vikes, baby. You hear me? Skol Vikes. Here. Skol Vikes, man. Here. So basically, that's the presser, man. Not surprised. The questions. I would like to see more questions, get down to the nitty gritty, but of course, you got to be this, got to be that when you're talking about the media, huh? They can't ask sort of questions. Yeah, I'm asking a question. I'm asking a question, dog. You in the chat, like it up. You in the chat, like it up. You hear me? But basically, Kevin O'Connell said things I kind of figured they would say, dog. Shout out, respect to them, how they handled the Kyrie Jackson situation. But as far as the quarterback situation and Hockenson and all this other stuff, I'm not surprised how they answered the question, dog. Point blank, period. It's kind of what you expect with the whole Minnesota Vikings thing. And like I say, you searching, trying to grab for pieces to the puzzle from Kevin O'Connell. He never bashes his players, dog. He never calls them out, never puts them on Front Street for it. He keeps it in-house, huh? And you got to respect him to that to a certain extent, homie. So basically all answers will come during training camp, after training camp, first week of the season, dog. And that's when you will know. That's when you will know that final roster, period, about McCarthy, Turner, whoever else. You hear me? But to the media, ask more real questions to them, man. How about we get to the real weakness of the team? Ask them about them trenches, what are they prepared and plan to do, dog? Oh, next up, a little detour in this live, a little detour. We're going to get into Ivan Pace later, but first up, breaking news, the Minnesota Vikings signed Duke Shelley. I'm going to get into the article in a minute, man, but they signed Duke Shelley. Now, how I feel about Duke Shelley, I have my questions. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not going to say it's a splash shiny. Duke Shelley is who he is. Who is he with the Raiders? So it's a reason he's no longer a Raider or whoever he played for, dog. Now, you can't deny the fact that first season of the Vikings, when Duke Shelley came in, played versus the Bills, he stepped up, had a solid season, performed well in some areas. But Duke Shelley has weaknesses as well. He's a smaller cornerback, definitely feisty, definitely determined, love his heart, love his integrity, love the way he fights, the effort, no fear, dog. But Duke Shelley is a small corner on the smaller side, dog. And we've seen Duke Shelley get beat. Is he an elite cornerback? That's the big question. Can he contribute? Is he that same corner he was during the first regime of the Vikings, first regime? On that first season, that special season, huh? Even though that playoff was piss poor, but is Duke Shelley, can he give you the same type of contributions, dog? Period. Is he the same cornerback, or is he on the decline? It's a reason he's not signed or wasn't signed by another team. You hear me? No, it's all good. Kumbaya, Duke Shelley reunion, but Duke Shelley needs to come in to not only just be a pine rider, be a depth chart guy. Can he play? Can he give you great quality time? That's my whole thing, dog. No more just fill in guys. You hear me? Fill in the roster. Fill in the depth chart. Can everybody on that depth chart produce and ball if their name is called, their number is called, dog? That's what it's about. You hear me? Point blank, period, man. We talking making history here. We're talking about the Vikings being potential Super Bowl contenders one day. Ain't no time for the games, dog. You hear me? So I ain't going to get all crazy and elated and say, oh, Duke Shelley's back. Duke Shelley's back. He's going to be a starting corner. He's going to be locked down. He wasn't locked down when he was here. Let's be real. He wasn't locked down when he was here. He ain't been a lockdown corner his whole career. No, he had one solid season with the Vikings. Now we got to come do it again. Who's to say he does it again? Or if he can do it again? You hear me? Period, dog. Wish him the best. But at the end of the day, man, I don't want to hear about nothing. Nothing until these guys show something and produce on that field. They strap the pads on, lace them cleats up, and get after it, dog. Now, am I mad about Duke Shelley? Hell no. It gives you more depth. Heavy. I love the way Duke Shelley played when he was a Viking, like I say. But is he the same guy, bro? Do he bring that same tenacity, that same skill? And let's not forget he's undersized, dog. Period. Huh? Don't want to get caught up too much into the size, though, etc. Look at Ivan Pace Jr., etc., etc. If you can play, you can play, dog. But there's a lot of questions about Duke Shelley. But reuniting with Duke Shelley, it's all good to me, you know. I'm happy about it. It's all good. I'm here for it, dog. I'm a good move, solid move. It is what it is. But he got a lot to prove, dog. Huh? And just as he was just because he was a Viking before and the way he performed before, I'm not just going to crown the man and say he's going to be that same caliber corner. Nah. Period. Bottom line. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to the article, matter of fact, though. While we at it, let's see what's really up with it. Let's see the details of the details. Let's see the details of the details. Come on now. In a second. Duke Shelley in the building, huh? Duke Shelley in the building, huh? So they said they signed Duke Shelley. It should be on here, right? Is Duke Shelley real? Let me know. Is the Duke Shelley real? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let's get into it. Here we go. So Duke Shelley is officially back. Here we go. Y'all know me. I'm going to go ahead and get into it. Give me a second. Vikings signed former cornerback Duke Shelley, says senior editor Craig Peters. Craig Peters, huh? Let's see. Shout out Craig Peters, huh? Eagan, Minnesota. Duke Shelley is back in action with the Vikings. Wow. The team announced the signing Tuesday, bringing the cornerback to Minnesota, where he appeared in 11 games with 5 starts in 2022. Shelley recorded 30 tackles, 22 solo. Like I said, I love his feistiness, love his tackling ability, love his heart, dog. He's not scared to put his head in there, but you need more. An interception and a career-high 8 passes defended for the Vikings and added 1 tackle on special teams. The pick occurred at Chicago against the squad that drafted him. He returns after spending the 2023 season with the Rams, appearing in 11 games for Los Angeles. Okay, he was quiet last year, right? Was he quiet last year? Shelley, 27, played college football at Kansas State and began his NFL career as a 6th-round pick by the Bears in 2019. He played in 30 games for Chicago from 19 to 21. All right, that's pretty much it. So Duke Shelley is a Viking, dog. Duke Shelley is a Viking. You know what I'm saying? And like I'm saying, I'm not going to go crazy about it. So he was with the Rams. He was with the Rams last season. Did he get a lot of tick with the Rams, or was he just a backup? You know what I'm saying? Now, if the Vikings did this move just for depth chart reasons, I get it. I understand it. But like I said, I'm not going to go crazy with Duke Shelley. Got a lot to prove. There's no guarantee he's going to come be that Duke Shelley he was first season with the Vikings, dog. How we showed out in Buffalo. You hear me? Every season is different. Every season is different, dog. You know, expect the unexpected, right? But don't be surprised if Duke Shelley is just a body in the depth chart. Huh? Just being realistic. You hear me? Like I say, he was quiet. He was quiet with the Rams last year. You hear me? I didn't hear no Duke Shelley noise coming out of Los Angeles Rams territory. Was Duke Shelley even a starter for the Rams? I don't think so, homie. Let me know in the chat, man. Let me know in the comments if you know what's up with Shelley. Like I said, I'm not mad at the sign and not mad at all. If we're just looking at depth chart purposes, all good, cool. But I want to see guys who can come in and really get in that rotation and bang, you hear me? And bang, you hear me? Yeah, who can really put up a shutout in that rotation, dog. That's what it's about at this point. Anything else is what? Null and void, you hear me? Makes no sense, dog. What we talking about here? Huh? But shout out Duke Shelley, man. He is a Viking again. The Vikings reunite with Duke Shelley. Wish him the best. You hear me? Next topic, man. Ivan Pace Jr. Shout out Ivan Pace Jr. Let's get right into it. Y'all know what it is. You got questions, comments, man. Hey, fire them up, man. You hear me? We got one more segment, Ivan Pace Jr., dog. Let's get to it. We know about Ivan Pace Jr. We respect Ivan Pace Jr. Hey, news is, word is, he will be the green dot. Man, that boy proved everybody wrong, man. But he still got a lot of work to do. So let's get into it right quick, man. Heavy, let's get into it right quick, man. Bam, we here. Y'all ready? Let's get it. Make sure we on. Boom, bam. Let's do it right here.
Over 100 total tackles as a rookie for the Vikings. All right, racking up over 100 total tackles.
You heard what she said? Get right to it. Already get into action. You heard what she said? Over 100 tackles. UDFA Vikings rookie, dog. You hear me? Over 100. You feel me, baby? Over 100, baby. Let's get it, huh? Big score here. Score Vikes forever, man. Ivan Pace Jr. real underdog. You hear me? Everybody counted him out, dog. Eat heavy, man. Over 100. You hear me?
As a rookie for the Vikings last season. Please welcome Ivan Pace Jr. How are you? Coming from a car near you. Where are you?
Say he big cooling, huh? Big cooling, dog.
We're in Wisconsin. I'm on my way back to.
I hope you ain't nowhere goofy, dog. Hope you somewhere zoned in, homie. Yeah, zone in, Ivan Pace. Don't be running around the city, dog. You hear me? It's time to zone in, homie. Hopefully you were back in Minnesota. You hear me? No cap. Hopefully by now you in Minnesota, dog. This was a day ago. Hopefully you got your ass back home. You hear me? Woo!
Minnesota. But I'm doing good. How you doing?
What happens when a Packers fan runs into you there? I feel like you're in danger. Blink.
Man, it's goal territory, dog. What you talking about? Come on, K. Adams, little shorty. This is goal territory, baby. What you talking about, man? We go anywhere, no fear. You hear me? It's goal territory, dog. We run the north. We run the north, dog. What's going on with Adams, yo? What's going on with the shorty today? You hear me? She talking about you worried about Wisconsin. Nobody worried about stepping foot in Wisconsin. You hear me? You understand? We ain't worried about that. We ain't worried about none of that, Miss Adams. You hear me? Nobody's scared of Wisconsin. We run the north. We run the north, Miss Adams. You hear? What you talking about, short?
Blink if you need help.
Nah, I don't need help.
Okay, so we're getting ready for 2024, but we can't do that because we've never met. So I want to talk about 2023, and I want to talk about week 14. And I want you to maybe see this. Hopefully you can see this on your phone. Y'all are up 3-0 against the Raiders. Less than 2 to go. Clutch interception. Talk me through this. How did this backflip come?
Crazy play. Crazy play, huh? Yeah, that boy got 0-2. That boy back in that 0 this season. It's over with, homie. That boy finna eat heavy. You hear me? Leave no doubt, huh? Change the game, change the position. You hear me? Change the game, change the position, Ivan Pace. Let's get it, homie. You hear me? Let's get it, huh?
I'm so easily to you.
I don't know, man. I've been flipping since I was young. And then I just tried it in college one day on full pads. And then I've been flipping ever since. So I had my time to shine one time with this, and I did it. And
shine on, big dog, heavy. Stay zoned in, though, my dog.
Look, it felt good.
It felt good, and we're ready to bring that to 2024. You made an impact on your teammates right when you got into the league. Here's safety Cam Bynum and what he said was his first impression of you. Listen.
Yeah, he's kind of crazy. It's a screw loose. That's one thing that we saw like early. Like, okay, yeah, this kid's wild.
Yeah, you need that though, man. Need that on the field. Need that in the locker room, huh? Shout out Cam Bynum, Cam Beasley. You hear me? Shout out Cam Bynum, Cam Beasley, dog. Heavy. Hell yeah, it's cool to be a little off, Britt. You hear me, dog? A little off to the process. You hear me, dog?
And it was kind of surprising how he went undrafted. Just seeing his play now, I never watched his college film, but just seeing what he can do now is like, that's a surprise. And we got a steal out of him, and we're proud of him.
Why do you have a screw loose? What screw is loose? Which screw?
Man, I think I got a lot of screws loose. I'm just crazy. I'm a mad dog on the field. So
let's get it, bro. Gotta be a little.
It's crazy.
Yeah, all right. Ain't screwed loose. Screwed loose in a good way, dog. Crazy in a good way, huh? You hear me? Let's get it, man. Shout out Ivan Pace, dog. Eat heavy, bro.
You went from undrafted rookie to making Pro Bowl, Pro Football Focus's all rookie team. It's amazing. You just heard Bynum talking about it. At this time last year, before training camp, what did you want to accomplish? Did you accomplish what you wanted to accomplish in year one after all said and done?
What's her name? Uppo Adams? K Adams? Up and Adams? What's her first name? K Adams, right? Little fine ass. Sexy K Adams shorty, man. Shout out K Adams heavy here. No disrespect. We are talking facts, huh? Let's get it, man.
I accomplished a lot more than I thought I was going to. Yeah, but I feel like it was a good season for me.
Oh, definitely a good season, man. UDFA undrafted. Nobody expected him to even get on the field. Nobody expected him to make the squad, let alone get the green dot, let alone be a starter. You accomplished a lot, homie. You accomplished a lot, dog. You hear me? But you got to stay focused. You got to stay zoned in. It's just the beginning. It's just the beginning, Ivan Page Jr. I'm sure he know that, though. This ain't nothing new, dog. This ain't nothing new to him. We know why he doing it, huh? It's good.
Just going out there and balling and knowing what I can do, and just people having doubts for me, and I know I will overcome all that. So yeah, I think I did pretty good.
There's some metrics that say PFF has this. Only 2 linebackers had grades over 77 for both coverage and pass rush last season, and you were one of them. Do you know who the other one was?
Warner,
No, who was it?
Fred freaking Warner.
Yeah, man. Fred, he gonna be one of the best, homie. You talking about compare, you know what I'm saying, similar to one of the best, dog? Sky's the limit. Matter of fact, it's no limit for that boy. Sky's the limit. Matter of fact, there's no limit for that boy, man. He right there with Fred Warner already, huh? Got a lot more work to put in, but tackling and pass coverage, homie, stays on the end, dog. He gonna do big things. You hear me? Big things, dog. Watch and see. Let's go by.
Man, he a dog too. So, hey, that's good to be up there with him.
Yeah, I'd like to know from you, and as you're building your NFL career, you're so young, amazing season. Who are the best 3 linebackers in the league right now?
In the league, I say me, Raquan, and Fred.
Let's get it, huh? Yeah. What you should say, dog. Let's get it. You hear me? Let's get it, dog.
Yeah, me, Raquan, and Fred Warner.
Why you?
I say that because just because like I know I got that dog in me, and I was undrafted, and people didn't want to.
Some people will have a problem with him saying that, dog. You hear me? Some people will have a problem with him saying, "Oh, I'm the best." He should say he the best, dog. That's the problem there. Some people will say, "Oh, how you gonna say you're the best linebacker in the league? You a rookie. You your second year. You undrafted, homie. How you gonna say you better than Fred Warner? You better than woo this and that?" What you mean, dog? That's how he should feel, chump. But you don't want him to believe in himself. You want him to be confident. You hear me? People call it cocky. People probably call him arrogant for saying he the best. What he playing for, dog? Come on, bro. Let's get it, Pace.
Take a chance on me, and I just know what talent I got, and I know I'm gonna be one of the greatest linebackers in this next year, next couple years coming. So I'm trying to be like I was top 20 backers, something like this year. So I'm trying to be up there in like top 3.
Let's get it, man.
Is being undrafted a superpower?
Shit, put a chip on your shoulder, man. Don't you mean put a chip on your shoulder? 1,000 here.
Once I figured out that I wasn't getting drafted, and then I did, and then I went undrafted, I felt like it.
Oh, what's up? Josh Andrews in the building. Josh Andrews in the building. Hold up. Josh Andrews says, Dara so extended. Dara so extended. Oh, I'm getting into it. We add another segment to the live. Let me finish this, Josh Andrews. I hope you ain't capping, big dog. I hope you ain't capping and just yapping. I hope this is facts, dog. I hope when I pull up the news, this is accurate. You hear me, Josh Andrews? Don't be capping and yapping, bro. This is a real deal situation. You talking about Dara saw extended? Don't be capping, homeboy. Let's get it, bro. Woo! Dara saw extended. Oh, man, let's get it, bro. Let's finish this up, though, dog.
It was more of a, like, yeah, it gave you more like, all right, they don't believe in you. So let's take this chance that they giving you and making the team and then showing out. So yeah, we can say it really is it's more of a superpower. It's more of a
The chip on your shoulder, zoned in, bro. Focused in. Let's get it, boy. Make them count you in. They try to count you out. Make them count you in. Hear me? They try to count you out. Make them count you in, big dog. Heavy. Hear me?
Strength and put your chip on your shoulder to go play harder.
Well, they
and show them
believe
what they missed out on.
your team believes in you a couple times. I saw that green dot on
Yeah.
your helmet a few times last year.
Woo!
Are you wearing
Yeah.
it this year?
I believe so. I believe so.
Shut
Give him that green dot, man. Give him that green dot, man. What they talking about, man? That green dot, huh? What they thought? What they thought? He wasn't getting that green dot? They thought he wasn't getting that green dot, you hear me? Come on, Kay Adams, girl. You know better, shorty. Your little sexy ass. Let's get it, man. Shout out Kay Adams, you hear me?
up. Let's go. Really?
Yeah, we lost Hicks, and then when he went down last year, I took over, and they gave me that trust that they had. So
let's get it.
I believe now that he's gone, we're definitely wear the green dot next year.
Let's get it, man. Shout out Trevion 17 in the building. Green dot. What they thought, Trevion? He wasn't getting that green dot. What they thought, man? Pace wasn't getting that green dot, homie. Let's get it, man.
This coming season.
That's amazing. I love that. That's amazing. Congratulations on that. I wanted to ask you quickly.
Thank you.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about Harrison Smith because
legend, respect, real Viking, Viking forever. Axe away, shorty. Axe away, baby girl. Harrison Smith, true legend. You hear me? Hitman, true legend. You hear me? Vikings, Ring of Honor forever, dog. A real Viking, not these fake Vikings. Huh? These real Vikings, baby girl. You hear me?
I saw everybody's talking about ESPN doing a list of top 10 safeties. He wasn't on it. He takes less money to stay there. 13 seasons in. We know what a leader is.
Respect. True Viking, like I say, true Viking, dog. The only player who took less money. The only player who really took less money played fair ball. Not Adam Thielen, not Dalvin Cook, not Kirk Cousins, Stephon Diggs, etc. You hear me? Harrison Smith, hitman. Put some respect on his name. You hear me? The only player that stood tall and took that contract, dog. Period. You hear me?
As we know, what does he have left when you look at him at 35 and people want to say he doesn't belong on the list, he's long in the tooth? What does he have?
I ain't gonna cap. I don't know how much he got left. He definitely lost the step, but I will always respect Hitman, dog. What he got left, leadership, certain abilities. He can still get to that quarterback. Of course, he lost the step, but he got that leadership experience, all that. He got something left in the tank, and you can't rely on him. He might not even be your starting safety. You hear me? But that boy got that leadership, that experience, and at the end of the day, he can still put a hat on a hat in the worst way. You hear me? Heavy pressure. You hear me? Woo!
For the field this year?
Man, he's a great guy. I feel like he has a lot more to do, a lot more to prove. Even though he proved so much in his career, just looking at him, being one of my role models on the team, he's like one of those guys that he's always gonna be down for you, and no matter where you are. And
he's gonna be a leader, true captain. Pick guys up. Bring guys up. He more of a quiet leader, kind of lead by example, but that's who Harrison Smith is. But I'm sure they got relationships, bonds that we don't know about as fans, though.
He deserved to be on that list, but he wasn't. And yeah.
Why'd you change your name to 0 this offseason? Last one, couple seconds left.
I changed my number because I don't know. I just wasn't rocking with the 40, but I did what I had to do with that number and get by.
And his number, that 0, you hear me? His number, the big 0, you hear me? Let's get it, man. Marcus Davenport wearing 0, that clown, homie.
And then now that 0 became available. That was my number in college, so I just grabbed it real quick. And now I'm gonna show everybody like I'm really that dog now.
Move over, Roquan, with that 0. You're not the only one that has the 0. That's what I like. Okay,
Yes,
well, good luck with everything and the Vikings this year. And obviously wearing that green dot is so exciting. And there's a lot to look forward to. I said y'all have a top 5 offense this year with whoever's at quarterback, because you have it like that. The defense a big part of that. And so tell B-Flow what's up and just enjoy camp.
I will.
Thank you, Ivan Pace. Let's go.
Yeah, shout out Up and Adams. Shout out, I think her name Kay Adams. Shout out Shorty. Little sexy Shorty there, man. Ivan Pace in the building. Let's get it, man. What they thought, man? Yeah. What they thought, Ivan Pace won't get that green dot, man? Stop capping. Stop sleeping on that boy. But we got breaking news, man. Christian Darrisaw extended. Christian Darrisaw gets extended. Shout out Josh Andrews. Shout out Josh Andrews for the news. We finna get into it now. I ain't gonna wait, make another video. No, I'm good. We finna get into it now. Extra segment, you hear me? Extra segment, dog. So let's get right into it. First off, you know me. I've been saying the Vikings, it's imperative. Sign Christian Darrisaw. Sign Christian Darrisaw. Don't wait or it'll be too late. The price gonna go up. The price gonna go up. I knew Kwesi O'Connell. They ain't no fools, dog. We know what Christian Darrisaw is and what he will be. Now, it's a big question about is he healthy or not. You know, I'm very interested in seeing what was put into the contract clause as far as staying healthy, staying available. But I've been saying it, dog. Y'all know what it is. Check the resume, check the track record. Everybody said I was tripping, talking about they need to get the Darrisaw deal done, get him extended. No need to wait. I don't care if you still got another year. People talking about I'm tripping. No, I'm talking real deal. No Holyfield, but shout out, respect to Holyfield. He is a boxing legend. Huh? You hear me? Obviously, I wasn't the only one thinking it since they extended Darrisaw. Obviously, I wasn't the only one thinking about, hey, man, this dude's a once-in-a-lifetime generational player. You don't wait on nobody like Darrisaw. I had to show you the film. I had to show you the film. You hear? So I'm glad I wasn't the only one thinking it, homie. Obviously, Kwesi O'Connell and the Vikings organization was on the same path, homie. Was on the same frequency, dog. I'm glad they got it done. You hear me? Josh Andrews in the building. I hope Josh Andrews ain't capping and yapping, dog. We finna get into it. But clap it up for the Vikings, baby. Huh? Huh? That's how you get deals done. And that shows once again growth and shows Kwesi learning. You saw the situation with Jettas. They said, hey, we don't want to be in a situation, dog. We don't want to be in a situation again. We make it long and drawn out. Got to pay more money because the price went up. Let's get it done now. And they kept it on a hush. They kept it on a hush, huh? Kwesi played it well. Kwesi played it very well. Kwesi was like, oh, ain't no rush, dog. It's all good. Had everybody fooled, right? Had me making videos and shit. Like, Kwesi, you tripping, homie. You cooking heavy, but you tripping. But they had something in the woodwork the whole time, dog. Shout out Kwesi, man. Keep it on hush. Sometimes it's good to keep it on hush, huh? You hear me? You hear me, man? Yeah, man. Shout out Christian Darrisaw, man. Let's get into the article, baby. Josh Andrews, 4-year, $113 million. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. Now, Josh Andrews, think about this, big dog. What if they would have waited till next season? Huh? Not only that, what if Christian Darrisaw would have stayed healthy all season and had a breakout crazy season, dog? Think about what that 4-year, $113 million would have turned into, Josh Andrews. You hear me, dog? You hear me? So I'm glad to see I wasn't the only one thinking this way. I'm glad to see Kwesi was thinking it too, dog. Understanding what type of caliber player Christian Darrisaw is. But Josh Andrews, I want you to think, dog. Think how much that price tag would have been if they would have waited to after the 24 season, homie. And Darrisaw played spectacular, huh? Are you kidding me? We talking about, man, what? Smart move by Kwesi, man. He's learning, dog. Period. Point blank, period. You got Jettas done. You got your rookie quarterback if he pans out. You got Christian Darrisaw. Can he stay healthy? But you're building your roster. The Vikings are making the necessary moves, dog. I still think Hawkinson made too much, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. If he can come back and perform and play at a high level, you're building your roster, huh? Slowly but surely. Now you got to get them trenches right. You get them trenches right, Super Bowl caliber right there off the rip. No cap. Big skull here, dog. Heavy, you hear me? Some say Super Bowl caliber team right now. Huh? Woo! Some say right now, you hear? Some say they could be the sleeper team, dog. We're going to see, though. Shout out to the Vikings, dog. Cook, Kwesi, cook. Cook, Kwesi, cook. You hear me, dog? Woo! Yeah. Josh Andrews in the building. Appreciate the breaking news, Josh Andrews. Appreciate you, my big dog. Keep it coming, big dog. Foundational pieces secure. You hear? Facts, man. Hu Yang hating ass in the building. What up, Hu Yang? Yo hating ass. Are you a Vikings fan, Hu Yang? Let's get into this Viking, man. Hey, man. Hey, let's get into it, man. We here. Let's get into it, man. Last segment, what we here, dog. Last segment, but great segment. You hear me? Yeah, Kristen Darrisaw. What? Are you kidding me, dog? My boy Darrisaw? Long-term extension? Man, what? Long-term extension, baby? Huh, my boy? My boy, let's go! Let's go! In the building! Let's go, baby! Score fight. What they talking about here? What they talking about here, dog? Let's go, man. Score fight. Let me read. Let's get into it, man. I know I won the only one. Huh? I know I won the only one. Huh? Let's go, huh? Was I the only one? I've been saying it, dog. Let's go, Kwesi. They know what's up. Get into this shit, man. Vikings offensive tackle Christian Darrisaw agrees to terms on 4-year, $113 million extension. Let's get it, man. Let's get it, man. Written by Nick Shook, man. Let's get it, huh? Minnesota is charting its course forward with this left tackle leading the pack. The Vikings and Christian Darrisaw have agreed to terms on a 4-year contract extension. Woo! NFL Network insiders Tom Pelissero and Ian Rapport reported on Tuesday, man. The extension is worth a maximum of $113 million, $77 million guaranteed. So it show you right there, Christian Darrisaw played fair ball and he played good ball, man. A lot of people would say, hey, he should have got more guaranteed, but shout out Darrisaw, man. I'm sure he said, hey, man, I'm going to work with y'all boys. I'm going to work with the Vikings, dog. We building something special here, dog. Let's go, man. Y'all know how important this is, dog. I told you, dog. You kidding me, huh? Are you kidding me, homie? I told you how important this was, man. Let's go, Kwesi. Cook, homie. Let's go, man. Let's cook, dog. Darrisaw's contract comes well before he's due for a new deal. Smart move. Get it done. Why wait? Minnesota exercised its fifth option on the former 23rd overall pick of the 2021 draft during the 2024 offseason, buying the team security through the end of the 2025 season. Let's go, man. Let's get it, bro. The Virginia Tech product has already done enough to prove he's worth the investment. What? The best tackle in the game if he's healthy, dog. You pay that man. You pay that man. You hear me? Despite not yet garnering a postseason honor, Darrisaw has been a reliable blind side blocker for the likes of Kirk Cousins and the assortment of backups forced into action following his season-ending Achilles injury suffered in 2023. Darrisaw has posted offensive grades of 82 or better in each of his past 2 seasons. And that's just PFF. That's just PFF. You hear me? That PFF grade. Look at the eye test. Let's break down the eye test, huh? You can break down every eye test and say, pay that man, dog. Period. Huh? Allowing a total of 11 sacks combined between 2022 and 2023, while finishing with blocking efficiency percentages of 97 or better per Pro Bowl Football Focus. Come on, bro. With Cousins and his significant cap number now gone for Atlanta, the Vikings are moving forward by securing a key blocker from whoever will fill Cousins' shoes, Sam Darnold or rookie J.J. McCarthy, both in the short term and long term. Let's get it, man. Let's get it, man. Great job, Vikings. Great job, bro. Clap it up, man. Yeah. Yeah. Let's get it, man. You hear me? You hear me? Here come the hater Hugh Yang. D Hump will beat 71 all day, man. You capping, Hugh Yang. Stop the cap, Hugh Yang. Scared me. You saw how Darisaw did Bosa. You saw how Darisaw did Bosa, Hugh Yang. He gonna do the same thing to Hunter. Come here, boy. He get them paws on you, it's a wrap. He get them paws on you, it's a wrap. You hear me? Come here, Darisaw. Where you going, my boy? Where you going, my boy? Sit your ass down, boy. Come here, Bosa. Come here, Bosa. You hear me? Get out of here, man. Come on, you know what's up, Trevion. Disrespecting the man. Disrespecting the man. Disrespect crazy. You hear me? Crazy, dog. You hear me? Talk to him, Trevion 17 in the building. Talk to him, you hear me? And he a Dolphins fan, dog. You hear me, Hu Yang? He a Dolphins fan talking about the disrespect crazy. He a Dolphins fan and he respect Darisaw. Ask Trevion 17 will he want Darisaw on his line, dog. Play for the Dolphins, dog. Are you kidding me? I don't think people know how big of a deal this is. No disrespect to Jettas, but this might be bigger than Jetta signing. You hear me, dog? Re-signing, dog. They got this shit done early, man. And once again, go check the videos. Who was the main one? First one saying, hey, sign that man Darisaw. Sign that man Darisaw. Don't wait. Everybody telling me calm down. Remember that? Y'all remember? Everybody saying, Big Skull, you tripping. Big Skull, you tripping. It's still early. You ain't got to rush. It's no rush. Yeah. Yeah. You hear me? Hey, look at, you see me? He said, hell yeah, I would trade Tyreek for him. Man, we know about Darisaw, dog. We know about Darisaw out this business. Ain't no cap. You hear me? Shout out to the Vikings, man. This showed me right here. Kwesi gets it. Kwesi is putting on a show. Kwesi is putting on a show. And you know what's so crazy? You see how quick Kirk left? Huh? That Kirk Leach off in the Vikings, dog, putting no work in for real. Sucking up all the money, doing nothing. You hear me? How quick he leaves. Now the resources come in, dog. You hear me? Now they're able to make maneuvers, dog. Let's go, man. You hear me? Shout out to the Vikings, man. But this was a big move. I'm so glad they got it done. They didn't waste time, dog. Imperative, a major piece to this Vikings puzzle, dog. Period. You hear me? Major piece Darisaw is, dog. You cannot lose Darisaw. You cannot afford to lose Darisaw. Hey, what if 71 is on the injured list again? Hey, that's part of it, Hu Yang. That's the big question about Darisaw. You know, I said the same thing. Can he stay healthy? Can he stay healthy? But I ain't gonna worry about or dwell about no injury list. You hear me, Hu Yang? I'll let you do that, dog. I'm focused on Darisaw eating heavy. You hear me? Talking about what if he on the injured list again? What if he's not on the injured list again, Hu Yang? You hear me? What if he plays a whole season, Hu Yang? Woo! Domination, Hu Yang. You hear me, Hu Yang? Domination, baby. You hear me? Top three at most. Top five at top three. I'll say top two, maybe one if he's healthy, dog. I'll stand on that 10 toes. Darisaw the best tackle if he can stay healthy. You hear me? Point blank, period, dog. Let's go, Vikes. Skull Vikes, man. Skull Vikes, baby. Great news, man. Great way to end the live, too. Tristan Darisaw, a major piece, dog. No, they can really get it going. You got McCarthy. You're building your roster. You're building around him, dog. You got Jettas in there. Huh? You got Jettas in there. You're building your defense up. I love the direction the Vikings are going in, man. No cap, man. I love the direction the Vikings are going in, man. But Tristan Darisaw, just the momentum he brings to the offense, just how the offensive line is more smooth and more efficient, runs better, blocks better. Then you get them two punks up out the interior, get Bradbury out there, get that boy Ingram out there. But we got us, you never know. Like I say, I got to give these guys the benefit of the doubt, at least Ingram, because Ingram going on what, year 3? We've seen players break out in year 3. You hear me? And after this year, he still don't do nothing. Kick him to the curb, dog. I don't trust him at all. But I think he deserves one more year. One more training camp to see what he really about. You hear me? But Bradbury, he should have been out. We know who he is. Weakling. Blake Brandau? Who is Brandau? Huh? But Darisaw, you know Darisaw is for for certain that dude, huh? For sure, for certain that dude. You hear me? One of them ones, dog. One of them difference makers, dog. Huh? You hear me? Shout out Trevion. Trent Williams even spoke highly about him, dog. Trent Williams even spoke highly about that man, huh? Trent Williams even said he's one of the best, dog. Dog in there. Dog in there. You hear me? All that boy got to do is stay healthy. All that boy got to do is stay healthy, man. But shout out CD Christian Darrisaw, 7-1, big 7-1. He proved his loyalty to the Vikes. He proved he wanted to be a Viking, dog. He could have been difficult. He could have pulled a Jetta's move. But he worked and played fair ball. Respect him for that. You hear me? Respect him for that, dog. And I'm sure certain subtle things in the contract that only the Vikings and him know. Him and his agent have agreed to. But man, this is a big deal. This is a big deal, dog. You hear me? Make me want to shake shit up. Throw something around, you hear me? Don't sleep on Darrisaw, dog. Major signing. Breaking news for real. Breaking news for real, homie. You hear me? No cap, dog. Darrisaw in this thing 4 more years. Oh, the Vikings can maneuver. They can maneuver. They get $100 million in the cap next season. Huh? They can focus on the trenches, focus on the interior linemen, focus on interior D linemen, cornerbacks. They can do whatever, homie. You hear me? Point blank, period, man. Shout out Darrisaw, man. CD, man. No cap, man. Hold on. What's up here, though? Hey, but Agba is a piece of trash. What happened with him? What happened with Agba, dog? Hold up now. What happened with Agba? What happened with Agba, boy? What's up with Agba, boy? Something going on with Agba? Hold up. Let me check about what happened. He came and left or what? Somebody let me know, man. Let me know what's going on with Agba, dog. Yeah. What's going on with Agba, dog? Oh, they signed Agba, though? Oh, he re-signed with the Dolphins. What you mean? He didn't come to the Vikings? Get him out the building and forget him. It is what it is. He ain't going to be a Viking. Would love to have him, but it is what it is. He re-signed with the Dolphins. You should be happy, Trevion. Ain't you a Dolphins fan, dog? Yeah. Yeah, that's it for the live, man. Questions, comments, opinions, let me know, man. Let me know, dog. I'm turned up. They signed that boy Darrisaw. Any more questions, comments, or opinions, I'm finna get up out of here, dog. Heavy, dog. You say you don't like it. Why don't you like him, dog? Why don't you like Agba, dog? What's up? Let me know the scoop, Trevion. Let me know the scoop. Trevion 17, you hear me? Why don't you like Agba, dog? Any more questions or comments, man? Christian Darrisaw extends. Christian Darrisaw extends, man. That's the biggest part of the live, homie. That's the best news right there, man. Heavy, dog. Huh? Shout out my big dog, my subscribers, my supporters, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, locking in with me, rocking and rolling with me. Stay tuned, you hear me? Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell every time, man, so you know when I'm on and rock and rolling, dog. Heavy, man, you hear me? Woo! Christian Darrisaw in the building, baby. Yeah, you hear? He just joins, joins, and leaves. Hey, y'all allow it. The Dolphins punk ass allow it, Trevion, you hear me? So he gonna take advantage of y'all. He gonna get that guapino, take advantage of the situation, dog. Point blank, period, bro. No cap, dog. Yeah. Part of the business. He playing the business side of it, right? He trying to get his cake and eat it too, homie. What it is, you hear me? Part of it. Part of it, man. You know, it is what it is, dog. Can't be mad at it. Just go with it. But I feel like he still can be a solid player for, you know, as far as the defensive line, he can contribute in some way. Much appreciated, man. Shout out everybody up in here, man. Skol Vikes, win, lose, or draw, man. Win, lose, or draw. Skol Vikes forever, man. Big Skol here. Yeah.